Morning guys, or should I say wet morning. Hope we are well. Off at Rivington this morning. Not doing the Pike or Winter Hill. Something a little lower but different. So we're going to do Lower Rivington and the reservoirs. It starts off at, I think it's called Liverpool Castle. As you can see, it's a wet one. And then we walk along the reservoir and we come to Yarrow reservoir, I think it is. And from Yarrow reservoir we're going to go up Lead Mines Clough. Now, so after I parked up on the car park just off the main road, which is opposite the high school. And after about a 10-minute walk up there, maybe 5 actually, you come to what I believe is Liverpool Castle. And just turn it around. So, like I said, I have been here before, but it's quite a nice place if I'm honest with you. Quite interesting. Obviously they don't want you climbing the walls. But like I said, this is about a 5-minute walk from the car park up like the main path from there. And then from here you start to see views of the reservoirs, or what I think it's called Lower Rivington. But it's a great place to come and explore, especially the kids. Kids love it. This is to going out of. Sorry for the rain on the lens, nothing I can do about that. But like I said, like the lens. Kids will love it in here. Great place to play hide and seek if I'm honest with you, with kids. I'm not sure the history behind it. What I might do is Google it and add a bit more information, or if anyone knows a bit more about it, feel free to let me know. Like I say, it's I'm sure it's Liverpool Castle, but it's a great place just to come and explore, whether it's hot or wet like it is today. Well, I've been up here a few times now, and yeah, it's a quite unique little place. Like, I'm not sure how old it is, but pretty cool. Assuming maybe steps used to be there. Probably taking them down now for safety, so people aren't going up climbing them. Makes sense. But yeah, it kind of, most people when they come to Rivington, they kind of head up and to Rivington Pike itself, or they'll head towards Winter Hill. But I think it's great to come up here, or down here should I say. Lots to do, lots to see. In a minute I'm sure we start to see the reservoir. Let's have a look. Might just have to jump up a little bit. I'll spin you around. Yeah, and we start to see, I think it's Lower Rivington reservoir. well, if I turn it round you can see the pike up there in Winter Hill. See if I can zoom in for you. There you go. It's cleared up a little bit. When I first came this morning you couldn't see them, so the clouds lifted a little bit. Zoom back out. Yeah, so the plan this morning is obviously what's going to happen. I'm just going to basically follow the reservoir all the way along, and then I'll come to Yarrow reservoir. So as I'm walking along the reservoir I'll always be on my left, and then when I'm going to keep walking and I'm going to hit Yarrow reservoir, which will be on my right, which is another nice walk, and then from there I'm going to turn right. Normally I turn left and go up to, forget the place it's called now, that'll come to me. No, it won't come to me. So yeah, but normally I turn left, but today I'm going to turn right and I'm going to go up towards Lead Mines Clough. Been up there 2 or 3 times now, but it's again a bit like that. It's not as busy, but it's a great little place just to go and explore. Some lovely waterfalls, which obviously you don't see if you go up to the pike. Yeah, but I'll keep filming when I see anything which is nice or of interest. Speak to you in a bit. So as I said before, I'll start to pick up the reservoir soon, and I'm about 3 minutes walk from Liverpool Castle. I'm just going to spin you around now, and the water literally takes you right to the edge of the reservoir. Now I've been a few times down here and I've never seen it as deep as this. Obviously I've had lots of rain recently, so I know it goes without saying, but if you do bring the little ones down here, keep them away from the edge, because it will be deep and obviously cold. But great place to come, especially in autumn. I mean, look at the colours. And I don't know about you, maybe it's because I'm a bit sad, but it's great in the rain. As I'm often told, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. So yeah, just make sure you've got the right clothing. I always wear a waterproof jacket, or bring a waterproof jacket at least, and I keep it in my rucksack. This is a Mountain Warehouse Gore-Tex jacket, keeps me nice and dry. If it starts raining I take this off. I just pop it in my rucksack. Like I say, it's not too heavy, but keeps me nice and dry. Swing you back round, let you have a closer look. Somewhere to sit and have a brew. Those of you know me know I like my brew of a view. Wouldn't be a bad one, would it? Looking out over the reservoir there. Obviously no swimming, no danger of that with me, absolutely going nowhere near the water. Also I never realised is this quaint little school. I think it's only a primary school, but what a place to go to school. I mean, we've just left the reservoir and this is Rivington School. I think it's Rivington School. I'm being careful of filming because I don't want to get any children on the video. But look at that. What a place to go to school. I'd love it here. We're doing for PE, Mr. Miller. Run up Rivington. So after you've been walking about a mile and a half, now depending on how quick you walk, that'll probably take you about 40 minutes, give or take. It's taken me about an hour because I've been filming and stopping and having a bit of chat to people. But you come to, I think it's Horribin Lane. I'm almost sure it's Horribin Lane. And from there you're turning right, and it's same as before, you're keeping the reservoir on your left. At some point I'm going to come here, have a pint there at some point. But I'll show you where we're going in just a tick. So most of you, if you've come to Rivington before, you'll know this. But like I say, it's Horribin Lane, I think, and we're going to walk up there. But I'm just going to show you the lower reservoirs here. I mean, you can park up here. I mean, I did that last week. I parked up here and I did the lead mine clough circular. But just give you an idea of where I've walked so far. So basically from where that reservoir starts down there, I've walked all the way along the edge of that reservoir, and I kind of be doing the same. So where that car is there, I'm going to turn up there and just walk along and follow it, keeping the reservoir on my left. Then I'll leave the reservoir, I'll come to Yarrow reservoir, which I think is on my right, and I'll start heading up lead mine clough. And after about 5 minutes of walking with the reservoir on your left, you come to like a junction. You can either go right down there, or you can go left, stick left. So I've been walking about 10-15 minutes from the lane, and then the Yarrow reservoir on your right hand side, I think. And it's quite nice up there, especially on a dry day. We'll have a walk up there. But you've got Rivington and Winter Hill overlooking it. I just need to try and climb up this wall in a minute. Weather's started coming in a little bit, so I've got to try and find the easiest way to climb up here. I mean, I'm just going to put the camera down while I do that. Oh, I mean, that wall isn't very high. When you've got a 15 kilo rucksack on your back, it's quite tricky. I'll have a walk up here and I'll show you the views up here. I mean, I think this is classed as private land. I think it's owned by United Utilities. A couple of United Utility vans there. You always get a nice breeze up here as well, which is nice most of the time, because when you've been walking an hour or two, it starts to get warm, especially when you're walking up this hill. It's not the biggest, but gets your legs moving. It's quite nice on top. So this is Yarrow reservoir. You can see the lower reservoirs over there. That's where I've come from. And then you've got Rivington Pike up there, and then just across a mile or so you've got Winter Hill, if you can make it out, and back to Yarrow reservoir. Ooh. Really nice up here. Normally it's quite busy in dry weather. We get quite a few dog walks up here, so it's usually quite busy. But when it's wet, they can't live there, I don't see many people. Saw a few people at Lower Rivington, which surprised me because it's usually quite quiet around there. But yeah, lovely place to come. Highly recommend it. Like I said, always lots of cool things to see along here. Obviously I spoke about Yarrow reservoirs to the right there, and then that leads down there. So like I said, I find this way a little bit more interesting than just going up to Rivington. So you've got the reservoir, goes down there and across, and no doubt into another reservoir, I would imagine, somewhere over there, I'm not sure where. So going up to the point now where you kind of get off the walking path and you come to the main road. I'm just going to show you around. There's Winter Hill, Rivington in the background, the reservoir. So there's a couple of walks I've done here. If you want the long walk, which I think in total is about 14 miles, when you get to this junction here, turn left down there and that takes towards White Coppice, or you can turn right and this takes us towards Lead Mine Clough. That's the way we're going to go today. Like I said, really nice walk so far. Bit of rain, but so far I'm nice and dry. If anything, I'm a bit too warm. Ideally I want to stop because I've got a fleece on underneath here and it's not cold, it's just wet. So really I want to stop and take my fleece off and then obviously put my rain jacket back on. I'm just being lazy because when I do that I've then got to take the waterproof cover off the bag, then take my jacket off, take my fleece off, put it in the bag, and then obviously wrap it all back up. I mean, in all honesty, it'll only take me maybe 2 minutes. I'm just being lazy. Maybe when the rain stops, I'll do it then. In about 10 minutes I'll probably have a brew and something to eat. There's a nice little place, little Lead Mines Clough, where I'm going to sit and have something to drink, have something to eat. So I might take it off then. But look at that, what a lovely view that is, the Yarrow reservoir. Catch you in a bit. So this is the start of Lead Mines Clough. Like I said, it's only 5 minutes since I turned off. Just another warning there about don't go in the reservoir, that people can die. As always, make sure you close the gates behind you. Done. So it's a nice little walk up here. I am coming up here on Friday night doing a wild camp. So I'm going to park there just where the gate is, a little lay-by. I'm going to come up here and camp. It's only about a 10-minute walk from there to the camp place. So I'll show you that when we get there. And then just above that there's a little spot where I'll grab something to eat, grab a brew, and then we'll start heading up then, up the lead mines. I mean, basically this is the clough which you're going to follow. It's on your right at the moment. As we cross over the bridge here, the clough will always be on your left hand side, because we're going to go anti-clockwise. And it's a great little walk. I think it'll take, if you weren't stopping, it'd probably be about a 30-minute walk. Obviously I'm going to stop, have something to eat. I'm doing some videos, but we're going to do it, or I'm going to do it anti-clockwise. Just I think it's better that way. And also if I do it anti-clockwise, there's two places to have something to eat. At the bottom, before you start making way up, there's a little chair there, or a seat. I'm going to have a brew. And then I'm going to go up anti-clockwise. And then I'll do the circular walk. And then towards the end of the walk, you come to the War Memorial. And I'll explain more about that when we get there. But there's a bench you can sit on there. It's a lovely little spot for have something to eat and a brew. It looks across all of Rivington up to the Winter Hill and up to the Pike itself. And what you'll see here, to these lots of waterfalls to explore. And that's why lots of people come up here, lots of abandoned mines. What I would say as well is it's tempting to go down there and explore the edge, the water's edge. And yeah, feel free to do it. I've done it a few times. But the rocks are really polished and really slippy. So just be careful if you choose to do that, because it's very easy for slip. You'll end up wet. But what a great place to go and explore. Really nice. Spinning around. Really popular with dog walkers as well. Now, you can go ahead there, but I'm not going to go that way. We're going to go left here and across. So at this point you've got two options. You can either go clockwise or anti-clockwise. Let's get through the gate. If you go clockwise up there, that takes you to the memorial, and you'll go up, round and follow it back down. You'll come out here. Go anti-clockwise. But like I said, about half an hour walking. So when you first start off, the clough will always be on your right, but then we do go across, and it will end up on your left hand side, and it will always be on your left hand side until you come back down to the point I've just mentioned. I'm not going to keep the camera rolling here, because just up ahead is a spot where I'm going to come and do a wild camp on Friday night. I'm going to pitch up late. It starts getting dark about 6 o'clock now, so this is where I'm going to do a camp. So if I come about 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30, start putting the tent up then. But it looks a nice little spot, to be fair. I'm going to make my way down. So this is where I plan on doing the wild camp. Tent about here. Enough room for a small tent there. But it's really nice, and like I said, I don't think we're going to be bothering anybody. I know the path's just up there, but we'll be pitching when it's dark. Well, I can't imagine many people being here when it's dark. And obviously we'll start packing up as it starts getting light. But what a place to have to yourself. Lovely. really nice. And just up the top here, that's where I'm going to have a quick brew. There's a little seat there which you can probably make out. So it seems a good place for just have a snack, ready for the walk up. Just a bit of information about the abandoned mines. For those of you who are interested. Like I said, I didn't know anything about the mines until a month or so ago, but I love walking up here now. It's a little bit more interesting than just going up and down Rivington, which I've done numerous times. But anyway, I'm going to have something to eat here, a brew and maybe a bar. So far the patch worked, or should I say the cover, nice and dry so far. My rucksack, take that, what have I got? I got a bit of chicken, I have a nice hot coffee. So I'll take that. That's off a little cup I'll dip it into. So I've had something to eat now, and you pick up the trail straight away, and this is, I suppose, kind of the start of the main walk. You cross this bridge, obviously just over there is where I spoke before about where I'm going to camp. The bench up there, and then the clough is here. Now the reason why I'm keeping the camera on at this point is because when I did it the first time, I think I went the wrong way. I said the wrong way. There's two ways you can do this. But I'm going to tell you probably the best way to do it, especially if you've got young ones, or if you're trying to record. There's a low walk you can take, or a higher walk you can take. Now I came a couple of weeks ago with my boys and my wife, and if you look straight ahead, there's a path, and it's a great path, and it's a great walk. You're right next to the clough, and you see the waterfalls. But the problem we encountered is further on, maybe about 5 minutes up there, it gets really slippy, and it's a bit sketchy in areas, especially if you're trying to get little ones down. So then when I looked on my All Trails app, the actual way is up there, so it's quite easy to miss, because as you come up the path there, if you keep looking straight ahead, there's a trail up there, but you actually go up here, and it's still, you get some really nice views up here. You're just not as close to the waterfall, but it is a lot, well, it's a lot safer, and you don't have to worry so much about the little ones. So yeah, as soon as you start that walk, like I said, just go up straight away. I'm just going to spin your back round so you can see the path which comes up. So instead of going straight ahead up there, just turn right and start making your way upwards. And it's a pretty straightforward walk then. I mean, if any of you want to do this walk, if you go on our trails and type in Lead Mine Clough, the circular walk. Now that walk, it doesn't start where I started today, which is near the Liverpool Castle. It starts, I don't know if you remember back earlier on in the video, I was at Hog, I can't remember the name of the lane now. Well, basically I said you could park up. That's where the circular walk starts, and just follow it and you can't go wrong really. But yeah, this is the higher route. You can see the clough behind me, and that will always be on the left hand side. And what's cool about this trail, especially with if you take young ones, as you get further down, you get to where the pine trees are, and it's really dark. So even though it's about 10 o'clock now, it's quite spooky, so the kids will love that. There's one of the 2 or 3 waterfalls along the way. You might be able to make out the lower path there. I'm going to zoom in for you, see if it... But yeah, great little place for just exploring. And like I said, when we came the other day, it was right at the side of that. But as you get further along that lower path, it's a little bit more sketchy. I mean, you still need to be sure footing this way, to be honest with you, especially on a day like today. It's a little slippy. I've already fell over once, but I mean, it's just brilliant around here, especially with all the autumn colours. As I said before, 2 or 3 waterfalls going up along here, and you start going into all these pine cones there now. I think you can get that way, but I'm not going to risk it because I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to go back up and you basically stay near the top and just follow it along. Like I said, it's a bit muddy in places, so make sure you're wearing some good boots. But at this point, you go into the forest, and you won't see many people on here. We came on Sunday, and it was nice Sunday, relatively warm, glorious sunshine. We didn't see one single person along here. It's a bit spooky, if I'm honest with you, in a good way. But as you can see, I mean, walking through here, you could be literally anywhere in the world. I mean, I always think it's got that feel of somewhere in America or in the Rockies. We've got the tall trees and the pine cones. Yeah, it's really cool. I'll swing you back round so you can have a look. And the thing about it is, the camera always makes it look lighter than what it actually is, but it's pretty dark. Yeah, and again, I know I've touched on it before. I'm trying to get into wild camping. It'd be pretty cool to camp in here because you're not going to see anybody. Certainly not if you pitch late and leave early. You're not going to see anybody. I can't imagine anybody walking through here through the night. So I did see a spot actually on Sunday when I came. Another waterfall here. To be honest, this is probably the most powerful of the lot. Look at that. Lovely. Especially when you've had lots of rainfall like we've had. I love that. So we're about halfway through the circular walk now. Just come through a stye in the fence, and this is where you cross the brook. And you turn back on yourself, and again obviously you're keeping the brook to your left. If I'm honest, I don't think it's interesting on the way back, if I'm honest with you, which is why I always go anti-clockwise, because I like to see the waterfalls, and you get to walk through that foresty area where here on the way back, it's a lot more open. You don't really get to see much of the brook as well, or the clough. But what you have got this way, and it's right at the end of the walk, is a war memorial. And I'll have to double check when we get there. But I think a plane crashed now in the war. So there's a little memorial there, and they put a seat there, or a bench, and it's a great view because you can see right across over to the Rivington Pike to Winter Hill. I was there on Sunday, and the views are brilliant. So it's a bit of a shame because today it's a bit wet and it's a bit overcast, so you're not going to get the same views. But for me, the walk's just as good, because, well, I like being in the rain. I'm going to spin you around because you've got two options. You can continue up there and go through the gate here, and I'm just going to go through the gate here. There's a number of paths you can take, but they all lead to the same place, and that's, you end up going back down on yourself and starting where we started, or finishing where we started, should I say. Or you can venture off and explore, but I've not got my map out today with me. I could look on my phone, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to get to the memorial, have another coffee, finish off my chicken. I think I've got an energy bar as well, I'll have that, and then make my way back to the car, going the way I've come. Well, I tell you, I'm not going the way I come. I'm going to go back down Sheep House Lane, so just bit of the walk up so it's not as boring on the way back, because I've not walked that way before. So if you just keep following the trail, and you can't go wrong, just follow it, you come to this war memorial, and it's a lovely peaceful little spot. You can see back down to where we started. You got Winter Hill there, Rivington there, and even on a day like today when the weather's grim. You can't really beat that, can you? Can't beat that at all. As I was explaining before, to the memory of Flight Sergeant J.B. Timperson, Sergeant E.R. Barnes, Sergeant J.B. Hayton, Sergeant R.S. Jackson, Sergeant G.E. Murray, Sergeant M. Mounsey, killed when a Wellington bomber crashed on these moors on November the 12th, 1943. It was erected by the Rotary Club of Horwich on June 1955. Quite a fitting place, that, or memorial, I think. In loving memory of Flight Sergeant Joe Timperson on the 60th anniversary of the crash, 16th of November 2003. Proudly remembered by his sister Mary, sister-in-law Shirley and family members in South Australia. Lovely. Lovely tribute. So I'm going to have a bit of peace and enjoy this brew review here. Today's brew review. Cheers, guys. Oh, get better than that. So guys, nearly at the end of the circular walk for the clough. Just come down from the bottom. I'll just come down now from the top where the war memorial was, and I'm back where I started at the bridge. So like I said at the start of the circular walk, you can go that way, which is the way I went, and you come down from there, just up there to the war memorial, or you can go up that way and come from there. I hope you enjoyed the walk. I'm going to make my way back now to the car, and I'm going to go the way I came. But yeah, really nice walk. I'll put a link of the walk in the description in case any of you are local want to copy it. But yeah, highly recommend it. Good fun. Thanks for watching.